Hi there, welcome. Had this channel for quite a few years but finally decided to put it to some use. Going to be doing my first review. I always said I wasn't going to because I am fussy. Fussy doesn't really even come close. I am dreadful for flavours, texture. Sometimes the cloud has a strange texture and I just don't like it. But what I decided, I've done a lot of research, I've done a lot of reading on CBD. I have a list of, hello kitty, I have a list of things, as long as your arm, wrong with me, that it could help with. Not massively a big fan of taking tablets to cure things, but you know, I wanted to give this a go. It's pricey. Now we buy, as a general rule, bigger bottles, you know, so when you compare them, I know the product, you can't really compare it, you just can't, because this is obviously a much more high-end expensive product. So it comes in, it is, let's see if this will focus in. VAPE CBD. The particular one I've gotten is 300 milligrams. Now the other half took some persuading to allow me to spend at digitalvapors.com the 20 quid that this is for 10 mil. Now you think, well, 20 quid for 10 mil. I tried this last night for the first time, but I'll get into that later. This particular flavour is pink lemonade. Now the first mistake I made is when you purchase CBD oil, if you're going to vape it, you can put it in a tank, that's absolutely fine. But I've decided to go to use my suicide mod with the RDA. It's Pulse 24, this one. See that on there? Don't know if it'll show up. It's the Pulse 24. And to be honest, I didn't know what to do with it. The guys at Digital Vapors had told me just, you know, put your normal juice on and a few drops on top. But then I spoke to another friend who said, have you got the same flavour juice? No, didn't realise I needed the same flavour juice, but obviously that's like a common sense thing. So what I've dug out is some old school Pinkman by, I'm sure it's by Caveman, has the lack of label, sort of throws me a little bit. And it's very similar, it's very citrusy, it's got the same sort of undertones and notes to it that the pink lemonade has. So I'm gonna cut right now to the close-up, we'll get this wicked, primed and ready to vape, okay? So this is round at the close-up. As you can see, the coils probably could do with changing. They are 0.16. It's just cotton bacon that's in there. Now, what I was advised to do with this, now I used it, as I say, I used it last night, is you have to have the same or a similar flavour. As you probably noticed, this is a squonk, but you can drip on top, it's not a problem. And then you just, 2, 3. I just put a drip on each, with it being a twin coil, I should put a drip on each one. And that's it, good to go. So, it's in here, it's ready to go. I think my air holes are closed or not lined up right. Not lined up in the slightest. That's what happens when you take the lid off and don't look. That's better. First thing I'll say is the flavour. I'd watched a lot of reviews on CBD oil and the stuff that you put in your mouth, and people's general opinion of it is it's quite bitter, it's quite nasty, whereas this just tastes like any other vape oil, any other vape juice, sorry. It's very flavourful, it tastes just like pink lemonade. It's not too citrusy, it doesn't give you that feeling, you know, the back of the throat hit that citrus tends to carry. As you saw, I put the 4 drops on, 1 on each end of the cotton. And what I'm just going to do is just vape it dry. Obviously, as you probably spotted, I'd say it's a squonk. I've just dripped on top of the squonk. I've not put it in the bottle because obviously this stuff can last you quite a while if you're only using it once a day. Now, I do get a little dizzy off it. I know you're not supposed to, but I do. So I wouldn't imagine that's got more than a puff or 2 left on it. Gotta leave that there. Now, as I said, flavour is amazing. Cloud production, pretty good. Like I say, especially mixed with a juice you would use on your RDA. I can't comment for the tanks because I've not tried it in a tank, but what I can comment on is my usage of it last night. I used it around, it was about 6:30, and by about 7:30 I might have should have started with, I've had a headache for 8 days now, 9 days now. Started last Sunday. I get them all the time, just really grumbling, low level, annoying things that just won't go away, because I do actually wear glasses. I'm quite blind without them. So I'd had this headache now for well over a week. I'd had paracetamol, stuff like that. Didn't want to take anything too heavy because it felt like it was a pressure headache from the change of the pressures in the weather systems. Within the hour, the headache had lifted, like completely. I also had, like, which I think was associated with the headache, a sore neck and a sore shoulder, probably slept funny, something like that. That also went. Now that relief lasted about 6 hours. It was about midnight when I mentioned to my other half that the pain's starting to come back, the headache, the dull ache starting to return in my head, the shoulders starting to feel stiff again. But after that I was asleep anyway, so it didn't really matter. One thing it did for me is it made me quite sleepy, you know, like that sort of effect that you get off having taken a strong antihistamine, and nothing major, just made me tired. Did not get high, which that's not what I wanted for anyway. For me, it's there to help me along with a few things I've got listed. I've got anxiety, I've got rheumatoid arthritis, I've got sleep issues, I've got pains that just appear from nowhere for the crack. So that's what I was wanting it for, and it definitely is worth a purchase. This set says 300 milligrams, but I'm pretty sure most people would get away with the 2 or the 100 if it's just for low level aches, pains, a little bit of anxiety, something like that. Pretty good stuff. You can find it at, let me get the actual web address, I will put it in here as well, make sure it's there, but it's Juice Sauz. They can be found on Facebook, Juice Sauz Vapors Lounge I think it is. Also, if you live near where I do, Digital Vapors, they cover this area and Newcastle. Digital Vapors, I've got to give them a big shout out. I do love Digital Vapors. They're every couple of days. They're great for help, great for any advice or anything you're going to need. And also get yourself across to Facebook for Northeast Vapors. If you search it up on the search bar, it's Northeast Vapors 18, but I will put the link either running along this video or in the description below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will try and get some content out at least weekly. I wouldn't bore you too much. Thank you, bye.